kind of, Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a special live edition of MPX Game Talk, the best of Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. And today, obviously, Nintendo is the highlight because we are going to watch Nintendo Direct. It's going to be 30 minutes of Nintendo Switch news. Hopefully, we see maybe Metroid Prime Planet Robobot. Maybe a sports title. Who knows what we're going to see? So we're very excited, very surprised to be sitting here this morning and getting ready for a Nintendo Direct. Literally less than a week before we're going to get the Switch 2 Direct, which, I mean, I don't know how they're waiting for the Switch 2 Direct. It's like literally waiting for Christmas morning for me. I'm so excited about the Switch 2 Direct. But this gives me a little this kind of feels, and I know it's not day to day, but this feels like Christmas Eve to me, where your parents, or at least I do this with my kids, I let them open one or two gifts, and then they get the rest of the gifts on Christmas morning. So it's like, I get a couple gifts today. But I still have to wait 6 more days or 5 more days, whatever it is, till Wednesday of next week to get the rest of the gifts to open. And that's where you're going to get your big, video game console present, your big present that you've been waiting for. But today, maybe we get, maybe a bargain bin video game, hey, I got this on sale during Black Friday, and I'm going to give this to you so you can play it tonight while the anticipation of waiting for your big gift tomorrow. That's kind of, in my opinion, as a Nintendo fan, that is what this feels like to me.
Oh, it's starting.
So I am so excited. Oh gosh, we're there. Okay, here we go. Already off the bat, the Nintendo Direct logo. Oh man, it's just exciting.
Don't you mean let's go?
Here we go. Dragon Quest 1-2 HD 2D remake. Let's go. These HD 2D remakes look so beautiful.
They do. They absolutely do.
It's Chrono Trigger. I want to see Chrono Trigger get this treatment because, one, Chrono Trigger is just iconic, and two, I never got to play it because by the time I realized I should be playing this, it was way too expensive on the aftermarket. So I've never played Chrono Trigger. So as excited as I am to play these Dragon Quest HD 2D remakes, I want to see Chrono Trigger get the same treatment. So that is just my opinion. But yeah, we already knew that this game was coming out. It was just a matter of when. We getting a release date right here?
Nope. No release date.
2025. So sometime this year. But hey, we're getting it. But I like how they put the 1 and 2 together, almost like it still was 3. It's cute.
Information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
A Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch
Yes.
2 on
Okay.
April 2nd.
Just
So
checking.
please tune in for that as well. What you just saw was Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake from Square Enix. Another character appeared at the end. What kind of adventure awaits? We hope you're excited for more information in the future.
Yeah, these games look amazing.
Okay, let's see the first batch of headlines.
I want to play 3 so bad.
Escape from dire straits.
Oh man, did they not get their money for nothing here?
Cute.
2 minutes until
Yes,
oxygen
thank you.
0.
I just want my MTV.
latest entry in the
Okay.
Files series is stirring. You are Kaname Date, a special agent with a sophisticated AI called Aiba embedded in his left eye. Your mission is to track down Iris, an internet idol who has been trapped in a mysterious escape game. Conduct interviews to investigate Iris's whereabouts. Dive into a subject's dreams to reveal clues hidden deep within their psyche. And solve mind-bending puzzles.
Okay,
in an
whatever this is
environment.
not interesting me at all.
Everything you
I
learn
like
will bring you one
detective
step
games, so
closer
this
to the
actually
truth.
doesn't look bad. I do find it funny that it's essentially save the TikTok star, but you know.
No Sleep for Kaname Date from The Somnium Files launches on the Nintendo Switch system July 25th.
No. Got a date for that
Okay.
one.
Unleash the supernatural.
Another detective game. And Devil.
A classic Atlas action RPG returns with remastered HD graphics and enhanced gameplay. Set in the capital city in the year Taisho 20, Raido Kuzunoha makes his living as an apprentice detective. But unbeknownst to others, he also fights alongside demons as a devil summoner. To protect the capital, Raido must investigate a series of supernatural cases. Fight in real-time battles alongside demons you summon.
And it looks like a RPG here.
To strike an enemy's weak point.
Yeah, but it's an action
Follow up with
RPG.
a powerful attack. Cooperation is the key to victory.
It kind of seems to be the trend anymore.
Opposing demons into allies.
Yeah, I know.
We don't really get true turn-based RPGs anymore.
I wish more places would just steal from Baldur's Gate. I just want more Baldur's Gate style RPGs.
Guide Raido through a series of strange incidents.
I assume you're the bird who gave us a call?
As he uncovers a conspiracy that will shake the capital to its core. Raido Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, launches on Nintendo Switch June 19th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
All right.
Soon darkness. With your memories gone, you have been summoned to a strange, unfamiliar world, where you're greeted by a yellow orb known as Puck.
Is that Pac-Man?
But who is this spherical stranger?
Oh, yeah, it is. This is that Dark Pac-Man game.
World, your battle for
Is this-
survival begins.
They called him Puck, which is what Pac-Man's real name was supposed to be. Original name. So this is literally supposed to be like Dark Pac-Man?
Yeah, they were talking about they were kind of making a new. Yep, there it is.
Oh my gosh, it is Pac-Man!
Creatures inhabiting this world
What
will
the
prove
hell is
hostile. When facing imposing
Huh.
enemies, you and
This
Puck
is
can
crazy.
temporarily fuse into the
Hell yeah.
to unleash
What?
powerful attacks.
It's this.
By consuming your prey, you'll collect resources.
I was just trying to make a joke that this was like it's freaking Pac-Man.
No, it's-
But they literally are making it
Look to uncover Puck's true goal and devour enemies to survive this cruel world. Experience a dark twist
Look at
of iconic Pac-Man when Shadow Labyrinth launches on Nintendo Switch July 18th.
I'm not gonna lie, I would play.
Okay,
that
I wanna-
because it just
I wanna
sounds
play that.
ridiculous. It sounds
The
ridiculous.
rhythmic march begins.
I mean, cool.
Remasters
Oh,
of
we've seen this.
Patapon
We
and
saw this on the-
Patapon 2 are drumming on
Was
the
it?
Nintendo
Wasn't this
Switch
on the
as
play
one bundle.
PlayStation?
Yeah, I think this was PlayStation. It was already advertised, so we've already seen this, just not on Nintendo.
For example,
I think that was a new one. This is
Patapon advances them forward,
this is remastered. So
while Pawn
I think these are the
Patapon
originals.
has them attack. And if you string together combos with good timing, the Patapons enter fever mode and get a big boost in power. From the horse-riding Kibapon to the shield-savvy Tatepon, build up your battalion to take on hordes of fierce foes.
Yeah, this isn't my game.
New features have been added, so you can advance to the beat of your own drum.
What is this? This is like a rhythm game or something, isn't it?
March 4th.
Yeah, I'm
And
not.
Patapon
This
1+2 replay
This looks
launches on
boring
Nintendo
or
Switch
annoying to me.
July 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Zephyr-Town, a cozy place nestled in a windswept valley. This is where your new life begins.
Was this like a Animal Crossing or
Cropping up on
something?
the Nintendo DS system, this immersive farming and life sim has no shortage of activities to get
Yeah,
into.
it's a farming sim. Yeah, it's skip it.
10
hit
cheer
the skip
fun
button.
while growing
I
crops,
can't do that.
caring for animals.
We're
I
forced
want
to
a skip
watch.
Then sell your
I want a
produce
skip
and
button.
other wares at the town's weekly bazaar. As bazaar sales grow, you'll help the once famous market regain its former splendor.
Inspiring, honestly.
You can also get to know the locals
I'd like to spend more time with you.
and maybe
I would like to spend less.
if you find that special someone.
Oh. I was gonna make a dirty joke about her
Plus,
liking him,
taking
but
advantage of
apparently that is
Zephyr-Town's windy
absolutely what that
conditions
was about.
Can make travel and other tasks a breeze.
Dude just skipped all the dating and just went straight to marriage.
The winds of change are coming, and your new life on the farm begins when Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar.
I've seen
launches on
farmers.
the
None of
Nintendo
those
Switch system
characters look like
August
farmers to
27th.
me.
Well, it looks like August 27th is just a regular day for me.
Please look forward to the latest entry in the Story of Seasons series.
My gaming love
Please take a
has
look at
died
this.
just a little on August 27th.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's go. This isn't closing out the show?
This is the unknown planet Vuros. Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle with a colossal tree at its center. In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward.
Is that an alien dress?
I don't know.
She's not alone, though. Abhorrent, alien creatures living in the jungle are waiting to strike.
Let's be honest, if she was alone, this would be a very boring game. Watch Samus as she goes to an uninhabited planet where there's nothing to do besides look at the
Samus is
trees.
granted mysterious and ancient powers. Psychic abilities.
The ability to turn into a
These
ball.
powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms.
Hey, don't knock it until you try it, man.
Open doors.
Metroid's an awesome game.
The only thing I really love about Metroid is that you play the whole game not realizing you're a girl in the original and then find out you're a girl. It's always like a cool reveal for the
These powers
retro
bestowed
times.
upon Samus.
This does look beautiful. I'll give it. It looks good.
Yeah, definitely.
What will be her fate after being summoned to Vuros? The threads intertwining beyond space and time are beginning to weave a new tale.
Really?
No.
Coming 2025?
Maybe that's why they didn't tell. Give you. Then it's.
Hey,
maybe
hold on.
that's why it's
Hold
not
up.
the end.
It looks like even more challenges await Samus. We hope you're looking forward to exploring with Samus's new psychic abilities. Okay, let's move on to some more headlines.
Ready to stir.
Seriously, they just moved on. No Metroid Prime 2 and 3.
Once upon a time.
Are you kidding me? And no release date for Metroid Prime 4. What is going on here?
Potion Cafe. As the newest potionista.
Disney villains
Oh
first
my
cafe.
gosh.
Concoctions for Disney villains and get to know them in a new light.
I thought they were going to shadow drop 2 and 3 right then and there. They didn't do it.
Serve them to your villainous visitors,
Yeah.
including Ursula and Gaston.
I'm shocked.
With help from Yzma, you can upgrade your ingredients to produce some wildly wicked creations. The potions you make can influence each customer's storylines, leading to different outcomes every time you play. Who knows what mischief might happen? Disney Villains Cursed Cafe launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Not gonna lie, I love me some Disney.
Summon a
I would maybe try that out.
adventure.
Well, we got a Disney shadow drop. No, just no Metroid. It's coming out today.
Welcome to Witchbrook College, where students strive to master the magical arts.
Oh, is this where Harry Potter goes
During
after he
class,
graduates?
use magic circles
Hogwarts?
to perform rituals, fly on brooms, and learn advanced techniques to go from witch in training to skilled spellcaster. There's also plenty to do outside of class. Hang out with friends at their homes. Take on various jobs to help pay for tuition. Or use the spells you've learned to craft and sell original items. Plus, up to 4 players can make magic together in online co-op.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Is this really a Harry Potter thing?
World on the road
No,
to
no.
graduation and beyond.
I
mean,
was
it
making.
kinda-
I was
it
making
kinda
a
look-
joke.
You ready for a spellbinding
It
journey?
kind of looks like it.
Enrollment begins when Witchbrook flies onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
I wonder if you get to co-op with your sisters and kidnap
Action,
children.
Adventure and arcade games await. Set off
Cute.
on a fantastical mission to eliminate a mysterious deity. In this hand-drawn platforming adventure, you'll explore an expansive archipelago where nightmares and wonder collide. Upgrade your trusty cane with magical parts, then use its abilities to find your own path through the enchanting world. Can you uncover the secrets the archipelago holds? Find out when the Eternal Life of Goldman launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
That looks
Celebrate
pretty.
the 40th anniversary of Gradius with a collection of arcade shoot-'em-up games from across the series. Titles include Gradius, Salamander, Light Force, Gradius 2, Gradius 3, and Salamander 2. Some titles come with multiple versions, including ones from different regions and launch years. Plus, take the helm in a brand new entry, Salamander 3. Gradius Origins launches on the Nintendo Switch system August 7th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Can't say I'm
Battle to the
super
beat
interested.
In Rift of the Necrodancer. Press the corresponding buttons in each lane to fight monsters in rhythm-based combat. Keep the
You know, it does bring up a good point, though.
boss battles, quirky minigames,
I wonder if they would ever partner with Atari to add Atari games
plus
to.
more musical mayhem awaits
an
in the
SO.
Celeste Music Pack paid DLC.
Yeah.
And be on the lookout for more DLC.
It'd be the
in
perfect
future.
platform for those
Rift
type
of
of
the
games.
Necrodancer launches on Nintendo
Pac-Man,
Switch
Dig
later
Dug.
today.
You know,
Do you
maybe
know who?
maybe get games we don't get normally in packages like Haunted House or
Yeah.
Stampede.
Welcome to Tamagotchi Plaza,
Yep.
a brand new entry in the Tamagotchi.
Rage
Connection
is just
series.
bringing up the Atari games we used to
There are
play as kids.
stores galore.
I don't
Design
know if those
glasses
are
at the
nearly
eyewear
as
shop.
popular as they were to us.
Polish pearly whites solo or with a friend at the dentist. And arrange plates at the afternoon tea shop.
Wow, this looks terrible.
12 wonderful stores need your help. Provide good customer service to get high ratings and upgrade each shop. In doing so, you'll get to meet more Tamagotchi, making the town livelier than before. With over 100 new and classic Tamagotchi, business is sure to be booming. Get ready to set up shop when Tamagotchi Plaza
That-
launches
holy
on
crap.
Nintendo Switch.
I remember
June
playing
27th.
those in the 90s. They made
Yeah, I
an
didn't even know
updated version.
Tamagotchi was still a thing.
And apparently it's Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I guess we've been saying it wrong for 30 years.
Yeah.
We're getting a release date for
Welcome to
Pokemon.
Legends ZA, a new title in the Pokemon series. You'll begin your adventure by choosing one of 3 partner Pokemon. The setting is this metropolis that also appeared in the Pokemon X and Pokemon Y games, Lumio City. To make it easier for people and Pokemon to coexist, a company named Quasartico Inc. is carrying out an urban redevelopment plan. Here, we'll get a glimpse into the lives of the Pokemon and people of Lumio City. Scattered all over town are wild zones. These areas are special environments where wild Pokemon can live comfortably, even within the city.
Yeah, until a trainer comes in and puts them in a ball.
Catch Pokemon
Some
here.
jock, yeah, some jerk comes in with a Pokeball. Hey, I was living
They
here.
might be hostile.
Oh,
If
freedom
you
isn't
sense trouble,
no
head to
freedom.
safety. There are Pokemon that live outside wild zones too.
Pokemon has all this
Some of them
cosmic
can
power
be found
in this little bitty living space.
People and Pokemon
Man,
live easygoing lives in
This
Lumio
makes
City,
me want to play
but
a dark version of Pokemon
When
like
night
that
falls,
Pac-Man game. Like
the city's
where the
aura
Pokemon finally
transforms.
take over and
Highly
start
skilled
attacking
trainers are
humans
invited
instead
to
of other
participate in the
Pokemon.
tournament,
They go rabid.
Yeah.
the ZA Royale.
Pikachu.
If you're spotted, they'll challenge you. to
Squirtle!
strike first before being seen, and you'll land a surprise attack. During battles, using a super effective move at the right moment is key. And with Mega Evolution, some Pokemon can power up even more. You'll start at rank Z and work your way up to rank A.
Oh, that's a lot of ranks.
Trainers who reach the top.
Z to A.
have a
That's
wish
why it's called that, huh?
Yeah, I'd never really realized what they were trying to go for. I just thought they had a name.
Day and night are 2 sides to Lumio City. It seems there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered. What will you find on your adventure?
So the new Pokemon is kind of a learning
Pokemon
game.
Legends ZA launches on Nintendo Switch.
Late-
It's a learning game for drunk people to see if they can
Lumio
do the
City
alphabet
data set.
backwards.
The aura transforms between day and night. It
Do you
seems
think-
there are even more secrets to uncover. Please be on the lookout for more information in the future. Next, please take a look at this.
I had a joke and then I forgot who I was
Hello
talking
there.
about.
The game you're about to see boop, doesn't have a big, epic story. Boop. But what it does have is lots of funny little rhythm games. Boop. You wanna see? Boop. Just press the button to jump through the ring.
Do you think Michael
Okay.
Vick gets really excited when he plays Pokemon?
It sounds moving.
Jeez.
Sorry, I forgot his name. I had to
But the
look it
title
up.
is super trendy.
You forgot
Maybe
Michael
you could
Vick's
try
name.
in time to a rhythm.
I was having a brain fart.
In this game,
What
you might do almost
is
anything, but
this?
you'll need to do it in rhythm.
Okay, well, here's another game I don't care about.
With practice, you might even be able to play it with your eyes closed.
Get into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series. Rhythm Heaven Groove.
That looks like Rhythm Hell to me.
That
2026
was Rhythm
game.
Heaven Groove, a brand new entry
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
Rhythm Heaven
one
series.
good thing about this direct is
It
that
includes
it's
lots of
informing
music
us that
produced
we're
by
gonna get
renowned
Switch
Japanese
games
musicians and-
still, even with the Switch 2 coming out.
What kinds of rhythms do you think you'll hear? We hope you're
Well, there's
looking-
150 million plus Switch users out there. I can't imagine they were going to just
We have
abandon it.
news about the use of digital
But
games
so far,
in
they
digital-
haven't really gave us anything, in my
Let's take a
opinion,
look.
meaty.
No. I mean, there's
With game cards.
Wait,
You
whoa,
can
whoa,
play a
whoa,
game
whoa!
featuring
What's this?
Mario in this Nintendo Switch system,
Okay.
and a Legend of Zelda game in this one.
Yeah.
Freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want.
okay.
Okay, they're
But
teaching
what
us how to
digital
use a
game
Nintendo
can be as
Switch.
Flexible and convenient as game cards. Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the Virtual Game Card.
What?
In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
Oh, I don't understand.
I think I understand. It's a blank game
When
card that
purchasing
you
the
can take.
digital version of the game. It will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title. Your digital games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen. Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system. If you have two Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second. Now you can play this game on the second system wherever and whenever you want, just as if you had inserted a physical game card. With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to two systems. Local communication with your second system is required, but only the first time. You can also lend out virtual game cards to your Nintendo account family group members. Connect to your family group member system via local wireless when you want to lend a game. Choose the title you're lending and who you're lending it to. And you're done. They can now play on their own system. You can only lend one game at a time to a particular person. Games can be lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you. Making digital games even easier to use. Virtual Game Card.
So I guess I'll be bringing my Switch to your house
The
more
virtual
often.
game card feature lets you swap games between Nintendo
That
Switch
is-
systems as well as to Nintendo Switch 2
I was
systems.
getting annoyed, but no, that's awesome.
This feature is planned to be added via a system update in late April. Let's take a look at more Nintendo Switch games.
I recognize this probably isn't that big of a deal for you because you just buy them all anyways. Oh, you don't have virtual games. Dang it.
Yeah, I'm a little. I guess I don't understand how that's any different than a digital game.
Well,
I'm a
because-
little confused.
Okay, I don't think you were understanding it. So essentially, in order for like me to play a game that you own digitally, you'd have to come over, bring in your profile, re-download it on my system. With this virtual game card, you can lend me your digital game, and I can play it on my system for 14 days. And then, so essentially what it is you won't have access to that game, is what I'm gathering, while you have lent it out to someone else.
Uncover history.
You see what I'm saying? It's almost like you're
So
letting someone borrow the game.
So if I let you borrow Mario Kart, I can't get on there and play Mario Kart with you because I've already loaned it out.
That's what I'm gathering.
Meet Gustav, the royal
Because
heir,
it
and
specifically
Will the Explorer,
says
two
that
heroes whose fates
I only
and
get it for like,
legacies will
you only get it for
intertwine
14
across
days,
generations in this
and then it
epic
goes back to
RPG.
you. So for multiplayer, you'd still want to both
Experience
have a
the
copy.
original story, along with brand new events that expand the vibrant world of Sondale. Plus, team up with more characters in battle
Now this looks like this is an RPG.
and transfer stats to allies through the parameter inheritance system.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm
After
somewhat
finishing
interested.
The main story, you can test your mettle and might against even more powerful bosses. What histories will you uncover through the ages? Saga Frontier 2 Remastered launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Shadow dropped.
Nice.
Monumental adventures await. Embark on peaceful journeys across this series of beautiful puzzle games. Wander through isometric worlds filled with stunning landscapes to manipulate, optical illusions to discover, and mystifying secrets to unfold. In Monument Valley, lead the silent Princess Ida in her quest for forgiveness while outsmarting the enigmatic Crow people. A different journey awaits in Monument Valley 2. Guide Ro in her adventure through motherhood as she and her child unlock the secrets of the sacred geometry. Both games contain all their additional chapters, add-ons, and DLC. The first two Monument Valley games launch on Nintendo Switch April 15th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Kind of a cool little puzzle bit. Kind of reminded me of Captain
Journey
Toad.
To restore the world's light in Monument Valley 3, setting sail on Nintendo Switch this summer.
Oh, is this a sports title? Nope, not Mario Golf.
A brand new entry in the Everybody's Golf series is driving onto Nintendo Switch. Aim, time your button press just right, and take your shot.
Nice shot.
Perform backspins, side spins, and other special shots. In the single-player challenge mode, compete in tournaments and face off against a range of rivals to become the ultimate golfer. In Wacky Golf, your shots could get pulled into holes, or obstacles might fall. It's golf that's not quite par for the course. Up to 4 golfers can hit the fairway together locally or in online play. So just relax and get ready to tee off. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots lands on Nintendo Switch this year.
What is this?
That's Captain America.
Marvel's greatest superheroes in the fight
Wolverine.
against evil. Pair up 2 heroes from the roster of 15, including
Holy
Iron
crap. Is this like a new Marvel beat 'em up game?
Wolverine to
It
take
looks
on the
sure
challenge.
like it.
From close quarters combatants to aerial
With
aces.
freaking
You can mix and match
Spider-Man,
a variety of
Venom.
heroes for an amazing array of possibilities. And swap between your team of 2 at any time. Take advantage of your team's strengths to overwhelm your foes. Plus, up to 4 players can assemble for local or online co-op play.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, this is cool.
The battle for the fate of the
This might be my
Marvel
most
Universe
excited
begins
game
when
that they've shown so
Marvel
far.
Cosmic Invasion launches on the Nintendo Switch system this holiday.
Oh, so long.
That was Marvel Cosmic Invasion, where you'll battle as a tag team of different superheroes. Next is our last game announcement. Please take a look.
Volleyball? Mario Volleyball? No.
Animal Crossing.
No, they're not animals.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I have no
Looks like,
clue. It's like
looks
a me,
they're Mii's,
like a
though.
me game.
Yeah.
Tomodachi Life, living the dream.
Okay.
Did you want to talk?
What in the hell?
Ah,
I don't know.
glad that was only a dream.
That was Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, the first new entry in the series in over 10 years. In the trailer, we saw Mii characters living on an island out at sea. What kinds of interactions do you think they'll have? We hope you're looking forward to it. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct so far. Our final announcement is something a little different that's not a game. Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce it.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct. Since 2011, Nintendo Direct has delivered Nintendo news directly to you. And now, these presentations have grown into an event that many people watch. Thank you all very much. We'll continue to broadcast Nintendo Direct presentations, but we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you directly. This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today, which functions like a daily calendar. In the app, you can view different Nintendo events. We will also be delivering all sorts of content about Nintendo games and characters every day. After the Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd, news about Nintendo Switch 2 will be delivered to you daily and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well. Nintendo Today will be available to download on smart devices later today. Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so please try it out. That's all I have to share. I hope you enjoy using Nintendo Today.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so Nintendo Today is the new way we're gonna get news. Does that mean next week's Nintendo Direct Switch 2 event is the last Nintendo Direct? Or are we still gonna get Nintendo Directs, or are they just no longer gonna do these presentations with like 20 plus games and we're just gonna get announcements whenever on this app? I've got more questions than answers, and I will definitely be downloading this later today as soon as it's available.
I'm guessing it's going to be, we're still going to probably get Nintendo Directs. I think this is just going to give us random news throughout the year, where the Nintendo Direct is where they're probably going to still showcase and drop their biggest stuff. I mean, you still get, think of it like this. Right now, you're still getting news throughout the week. You just see it on IGN or this and this. This just directly sends it straight to you with the Nintendo Direct app or the Nintendo app. So this is just, I think this is just a new way to get the random news that you would normally get outside of the world right directly into this app. My guess is they'll keep on having the Nintendo Direct. I mean, they get so many views on these Nintendo Directs. I doubt they would just stop doing them.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know what the need for this app is, but I guess I have to download it to find out. I just got on the Google Play Store, and it is not available as of this moment. So maybe I checked a little too soon.
Well, he said later today, so
I know what they said, but a lot of times when they shadow drop some of these games, you get done watching the Direct, and a lot of times they're already available on your Nintendo Switch, stuff like that. So I didn't know how soon later today meant,
right.
So I will definitely be getting on that as soon as it's available. I'll keep checking Google Play later today. But I just want to talk about, obviously, we've got the Switch 2 Direct coming up next week, and I expect to feast on big news, where today I didn't feel like there was anything huge. They mentioned Pokemon Legends ZA, and they mentioned Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but those are games we already knew. We already knew Prime 4 was coming out this year, and we already knew Pokemon Legends ZA was a fall of this year. So we got no new information, just a little bit more detailed gameplay footage, but no new release date. Very shocked they did not. They still have not dropped 2 and 3 Prime. I'm just shocked. So I'm getting less and less believing that Prime 4 will be there for the Switch 2 launch, unless maybe they didn't give us a release date today because they're giving us a release date next Wednesday. Is the only thing I can think about. But if that's the case, you still could have dropped Prime 2 and 3 today without giving a release date for Prime 4.
Now, do you
So,
know
I
for
don't
a
know.
fact they're making Prime 2 or 3, or is that just you hope?
No, okay, so the logic, and they did this with Pikmin, and they've done this with a lot of different games. They gave us Prime Remastered 2 years ago, a year ago, whatever, however long ago Prime Remastered came out. And you've got this big Prime 4 coming out with no way of playing Prime 2 and 3 before 4 comes out, unless you bust out your GameCube or Wii that played those games. So the logic is give us the whole collection to play those games before Prime 4. They did the same thing before the Pikmin 4 game came out. They gave us 1 and 2. I think they had already had 3. So the logic is why would you not release those games?
I get what you're
for you to play the series. It's just something that I just assume is going to happen, and I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. The only logical explanation I can think of is that if they are adding GameCube NSO to the Switch 2, maybe they're going to put 2 and 3 on the NSO, and they're not remastering it. They're not giving you a standalone game because they're going to give it to you on the GameCube NSO, maybe. But if that's the case, then you might have to, I assume, wait until Switch 2 comes out to play them, which means Prime 4 probably is not going to be a launch title and will not be ready until, say, maybe the holiday. Because you would think they would want these games out before Prime 4 so the people who are excited about it would want to play those games in order, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm playing Prime 1 now. I want to play all 3 of them before Prime 4 comes out. Now, if Prime 4 comes out and I have no way of playing 2 and 3 without busting out my GameCube or Wii, then I'm just skipping 2 and 3. I've never played 2 and 3. I've played 1, but I've never beat it because, like I said yesterday in our video, I've played it, just never beat it, and now I'm going to go through and beat it now that I have the Switch remastered. But I never did. I never even picked up 2 and 3, and I would like a chance to play those before 4 comes out.
I would say that if they're doing the second thing you suggested, where they add it to the NSO with GameCube, my guess is that would be 100% a Switch 2 announcement on the next Direct for the Switch 2.
Very possible, but if you can't play those games until the Switch 2 releases, and they had Metroid Prime 4 as a release launch game, it kind of doesn't make sense. You would want to play those games before in hype and anticipation of 4 coming out. It's something to give you something to do while waiting for the new game to come out, and that's when you're going to make your most money of giving people a chance to play those games, because within that hype window, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to release them same day. Does that mean you get what I'm saying?
I'm saying that I don't. I mean, they didn't say it was going to be a launch title, but we also haven't seen the Switch 2 Direct. So,
well, and the fact that we saw it today with no release date is the only glimmer of hope I have that next week we get a release date for it. And the reason they didn't give us a release date today is because it will be on the Switch 2. Is kind of a theory, but what do I know? I don't know anything. So yeah, this Direct had a lot of little small stuff, but nothing really huge. They ended the show with the Nintendo Today announcement, but technically the final game they talked about was a Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream. It's a me game that reminds me of an Animal Crossing. It's just with me's, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know what this game is.
no idea.
But I really thought Prime 4 would be your showstopper, and instead it was this Tamagotchi Life. So I don't know what to think about this Direct.
My favorite thing they showed was that Marvel Cosmic. Like it was it reminded me of when they released that Shredder's Revenge Turtles, like a new beat 'em up Turtles game. Now we have this new beat 'em up Marvel game that looks amazing. That looks awesome, and it's 4 players online. Like, I'm excited for that. I was excited about the digital thing once they explained it. Which, did you understand after, or do I need to explain this on here?
Okay, I think you're going to have to explain to the viewers, because I guess I don't understand the difference between a digital game and what this virtual game card is, because it said something about preloading so many games on the virtual. Is this a physical card that you can just carry around with your digital titles?
No.
What is this? Like, I guess I just don't understand what the message was, because if you're just expanding what your digital titles can do, you're just giving it a name, I guess. I don't know, like, because if you wanted people to borrow your digital titles, why don't you just update and say, hey, now on Nintendo Switch, you can borrow and move your title. But if you sign in, can't you play digital titles on any Switch system to begin with? I guess
okay. So the way it was right now, I could, if you came over, put your profile into my Switch, and then you downloaded that game, I could play it on my Switch, but only if I was using your profile, meaning you could not use your profile at your house if I was doing that. Okay? That's how it works right now. You can play other these Switch digital games at other places as long as your profile is in there. But with this new feature, they're making it almost like it is a game card, but there's no actual game card. Okay, there's no game card. If you are part of a family plan, okay, and somebody has the digital title, let's say somebody's got the digital title for Mario RPG, the remake of Super Mario RPG, right? You can bring your Switch. They explained this. And the first thing they explained is, like, if you have 2 Switches, which I know that one of your daughters has a Switch, right?
Yeah.
One of your daughters has a Switch, so they could take that, they could swap back and forth, and they could play that Switch game on their Switch easy peasy, okay? If you're local. But what they're saying is if you're on the family plan, which I'm on your family plan, let's use me as an example. I could go to your house, bring my Switch. With my Switch over there, you could lend me one of your digital games that will go off of your system. So you will not have it on your system during this time. And it will go on my Switch system. And I can bring it home. I don't need to log in as you. I don't have to use your profile or anything at all. It's almost like it's my game. And they said that you can do that for 14 days. It's almost like you're renting a game from GameFly for 14 days. And then at the end of that 14 days, that digital title goes straight. I don't have to bring it back to you. It goes straight to your Switch, back on your Switch.
Okay, so you mentioned GameFly. How much is GameFly now a month? Do you know?
I have no idea. I haven't used it in years.
Tell you what, we'll look it up and I'll let you borrow my games for half that price. I'll give you a half off deal.
Oh wow, that's
So I will call it Ragefly.
Except for that's not going to work because how many digital games do you actually have?
Not a lot. All mine's physical. But there will be an uptick in charge if you take my physical games home.
But anyways, does
that
make more sense?
That requires getting off my couch, opening my door to get, open the door to let you in and hand you a physical copy. So that's going to be an uptick in charge.
Does that make more sense now, though?
I suppose. I guess my point is digital titles are already there. I don't know why you're calling this virtual game cards. I mean, I don't know. This almost feels like something that they're preparing for Switch 2. Because they know people are going to probably buy the Switch 2, and they're also going to, if they don't trade in their Switch 1, you're definitely going to be in a situation, which I think multiple Switches in a house is a very common thing already. But with the Switch 2 coming out, you're buying a new Switch, and it just kind of sounds like they're just getting that information out that's almost preparing for the Switch 2. So I don't know. To me, this just feels like we could just say, hey, now with digital titles, you can do this. But there was a part in that trailer that showed you putting so many games, like I think there was 9, maybe 12, I can't remember how many layers there were, that you could put so many games in your virtual game card. That's why I kind of thought it was a physical card, because I thought it was almost like a memory card that you could pop in and be like, hey, now you can take your digital titles with you. Is kind of, maybe I got confused, but that just kind of is how
that's where I thought they were going at first, but no. So essentially, there's going to be a new hub where your digital games are, and you'll see each one of the little digital games, and it looks like each one's going to look like an actual game card. And if you are letting someone borrow that digital card, it disappears from your hub while somebody else has it and goes on their hub.
Okay. But you see where I got confused, where it looked like somebody was putting digital it looked like they were putting digital files maybe in a spot that you can carry that card around and be like, hey, now you've got a blank card basically that says virtual game card, and you can just move those games, and then now you can pop that out of your system and hand it to, like my daughter, and say, hey, you can go play these 9 games are saved onto the card, because that's maybe how many games will fit. Or maybe it matters on, like, say, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom is a bigger file than, say, Mario versus Donkey Kong, which would be a smaller game. Maybe it matters how many games. So that's kind of what I thought they were leading towards, and maybe I'm incorrect on this, because it did say April update. So it's obviously telling you that this is just going to be a digital update, and didn't say anything about available in stores, this virtual game card or nothing.
I thought
so. I don't know. I guess I'm a huge Switch player, and I understand Switch. I'm not a big digital purchase person. I'm a collector, so I buy everything physical. So I don't know. Watching that trailer confused me more than it helped me. I mean,
This is gonna.
obviously the borrowing thing was kind of the biggest thing I took away from this, where I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool that if you buy a digital game, because I'm not probably buying the digital game, I can borrow your games if you buy something that I don't have. But I mean, I have.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you already have it, but I have that Spark of Hope on digital. I actually have both of the Mario Rabbids games.
You actually have Sonic Mania that I've never bought. I've never bought.
So
Sonic Mania.
I could let you borrow that because it's digital.
Yeah. So, and that's assuming this isn't locked to just Nintendo titles, which I don't think it would be.
I think they're just saying digital cards. I think any digital game. I think we could do this with snipper clips if we want.
Well, we both own that. But that was the first.
I know. But
that was kind of the biggest digital title I have that I thought of at first. I'm like, you already own snipper clips. I'd have to even look and see what I own digitally versus. And I got that Snake Pass game. I think you would like. I have that digitally. I think it's only a digital game. I don't think there's a physical copy out there. But I bought that a long time ago on a sale.
I assume that the only digital games you probably have is if a digital game went on sale on the Nintendo shop and you bought it because it was on sale. But most of the games I know you probably just have. Like, I got excited and then I remembered you don't do digital.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there was a way for me to, like, upload these games to turn them into virtual game cards, that I would be excited about, to where it's like, hey, you don't have to keep switching out your games as long as you have the hard drive space. And maybe that's where, hey, you could pop in like 9 games that you own physically, and you could, just save yourself from swapping out the game cards. And I think that would be really cool. And then if I could let you borrow those physical titles virtually, now we're talking, because now, I mean, my Ragefly business would be booming because I've got like tons of games and I could milk you for all your worth. So that would be insane and crazy. But no, I mean, I guess I'm going to have to wait till late April to see this update to see how this officially works. I mean, it does kind of give me, ideas in my head, and maybe it's pushing for people to buy more digital titles versus physical.
That's probably what it is, because if they did it like what you were saying, where they give you a card that you can put digital games on and switch it, if they did that, I would say, well, they're trying to sell that to you. But this doesn't seem like anything that's going to be selling.
Yeah, but for people who, the irritating part of digital titles is just not being able to really move it around all the time, and that there's kind of issues with that. I could see that being a benefit if it was a physical card. You could be like, hey, here's some of my digital titles. Boom, I've saved it. I'll just hand it to you. But I guess why go through all that trouble of putting it on a physical card and then say, well, for 14 days you can borrow a physical game? Because
no, that's not what it is.
Yeah, that doesn't really align with that message. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. And then this Nintendo Today app. I mean, we already have a Nintendo app, so this is just yet another Nintendo app. Except this is, like you said earlier, is this basically an IGN exclusive to Nintendo type of app, where it's just giving you gaming news and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, I think the biggest thing about this Nintendo Today app is they want you to have like a Nintendo digital calendar to remind you about release dates. I think that's exactly what this is.
Which is kind of cool.
That is the main focus, because when you have it on an app, think about, I've got the IGN app. I've got several different apps. I've got the ESPN app. I've got the NFL app. What does it do? Just like a text message, you get a notification on your phone. Boom. This guy was traded from the Raiders, and he's going to, because obviously losing players is what I'm used to, because it's just what we do. But anyhow, it's just one of those things that you get these notifications and all the time. So I think the idea is, hey, we put a Nintendo Today app on your phone, and now you don't have to worry about, are they going to find this on social media? Are they going to find this word of mouth, whatever? You get a notification right away. boom, Metroid Prime 4 came out today. Hey, go pick it up. Or a reminder, hey, Metroid Prime 4 comes out in a week. Did you get your pre-order in? You know what I mean? Or buy it digitally, or whatever the situation is. That's the biggest thing I think Nintendo's trying to do, is they're trying to get that information to you automatically, to where they don't have to worry about you finding this information on the internet or somehow missing this information. I hope this means we're still going to get Nintendo Direct, and just that app's going to remind people. That actually reminds more people, because think about it. I'm going to actually tell a story where this definitely would benefit, but you have to get people to download the app for this to benefit. I ran into a mother and her son at a GameStop about 2 weeks ago, and her son was playing the Switch demos, okay? And so GameStop has it to where there's a regular Switch OLED, and a Switch Lite, all on display, all playable right there in the store, right? I was literally looking through Switch games while I'm listening to her and her son talk. And she's like, you already have a Switch. I don't understand what's the difference between this Switch and another Switch. And all the employees were busy playing some kind of Dungeon and Dragon game or something. They had some tabletop setup going on in the store. But I've literally, I'm sitting here like, well, I love talking about Switch. I'm going to just kind of explain to this woman. So I looked over at her and I'm like, hey, just to let you know, this is the Switch. This is the OLED. It's a better screen. And then this is the Switch Lite. You can't remove the Joy-Cons, and it's more just straight up portable. And I gave her the prices because she couldn't find the prices either. So I gave her the prices and everything. And then I also told her, I was like, hey, just to let you know, they are making a Switch 2. There's an April 2nd Direct that will give us more information on release date, price, and everything. She had no clue. So she's sitting there like, well, we might wait for the Switch 2, or maybe the price of these Switches will go down once the Switch 2 comes out, because it's not like she was ready to buy it that day. The boy was interested. She's like, maybe I'll have to look into it, blah, blah, blah. So I gave her that information. But if she has a Switch, and the first thing you do when, say, you buy a Switch is they remind you, hey, download the app. Because obviously that's going to how they're going to get most normal people to download this app is, when you buy a Switch, it's going to be one of the first things, hey, create an account. And they might even be like, hey, you have to create an account, and it just automatically downloads this app for you, whatever the situation is. People like her would already be like, oh, hey, there's a Switch 2 coming out. Where people like her right now, I don't think knew about it. You know what I mean? She probably doesn't follow Nintendo stuff on Facebook or Twitter or any of that kind of stuff, or X, whatever it's called. But now you can get that information out to more people, and I think that's just kind of the idea behind this app.
Yep.
Okay, so everything else that was talked about, there was a few things I kind of took notes during it. Dragon Quest 1-2 HD 2D remake. I mean, Dragon Quest 3 2D HD remake looked amazing. So obviously they had already announced 1 and 2 was coming out also. And then they kind of even explained, I guess the story is 3 is kind of a prequel. So the story actually goes 3, 1, 2. So that's why they released it in the order in which they did. So that's exciting to hear that that's coming out. But once again, no release date. This Shadow Labyrinth, we heard there was going to be a Dark Pac-Man. Amazon had that show. I can't remember the name of the show, but that video game show, and it had like a Dark Pac-Man episode. And this kind of just keeps going to that whole Dark Pac-Man. They're kind of just trying to do something different with Pac-Man, I think, just to try to get a little bit more buzz on Pac-Man, because it really, once you've played Pac-Man, what do you do? What more do you do? Do what?
You play more Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man is a legendary game, legend status.
Yeah, I love Pac-Man, but it's just kind of neat to see him do something different. It kind of looked like, I mean, for me, didn't it kind of look like a Metroidvania type of game, just with Pac-Man? I don't know. It looked very interesting. It's something I definitely will check out when, maybe not right away when it comes out, but say a sale or something. I mean, I'm very interested in this game. Very curious how that's going to go. You mentioned being interested in that Disney Villains Cafe. It drops today.
I like Disney, and that's the only reason I said that. It doesn't look like a game I would get into. I just was like,
me
oh,
neither.
Disney Villains. It's got Yzma. I like Yzma.
Yeah. This what was that? Saga Frontier 2 drops today.
Cool.
It's a Square Enix RPG. Looked turn-based. Looked like a classic turn-based RPG. That looked really cool. The Marvel Cosmic Invasion doesn't come out till the holiday, but it definitely looks like a modernized beat 'em up. Similar to like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and
old
stuff.
Avengers games and
and the really cool thing about this game is
Maximum Carnage.
Yeah, they didn't even really talk about it, but how many players? You got 4 players. How many characters was what I was trying to say.
Oh,
how many characters do you think you're gonna? No, that's not what I mean. How many characters can you choose from? Like, because you've got this whole Avengers, and obviously they have Wolverine, so there's going to be X-Men. It really makes you wonder. Imagine a beat 'em up back in the day where you only had the select few characters. Imagine if this is like, hey, you can select from the whole Avengers, or I'm picturing the type of game that they might even nickel and dime you, where they're like, yeah, you bought the game, and hey, we just released the Fantastic Four this week, and here is a $5 freaking Fantastic Four pack, or $10, you know what I mean? So I'm a little fearful that might be the case, but more players is a good thing. I would love to see them packed in, but you know how these video game companies are starting to nickel and dime people.
Well, they're going to need at least 8 to start. If each player, now maybe it's different when you play online co-op, but each player, they said that you pick 2 heroes to kind of go back and forth with as just one player. So that means you need at least 8 if you're going to have that happen with all 4 co-op players, because each one would get to choose 2 if that's the case.
Yeah.
So you're at least starting with 8, and I would imagine you'd want more than just the people you have to choose. So
yeah, fair enough. I would assume they're going to give you a selection of players at the beginning. I don't think it's going to be like you get one player and then you got to buy the rest. No, I'm just saying it's going to be one of them type of games that whatever they give you out of the box, 10 players, 20, maybe 20 would be great. But I just feel like it's the type of game where they're going to slow drip and charge for extra players is all I'm trying to say. It just feels like that type of game where they're like, hey, play our game and you get X amount of players to start out with. But hey, guess what? This week we're giving you these characters, and this is whatever. Or say the next Marvel movie comes out and they're like, hey, this is the new Black Panther pack, because the new Black Panther movie is coming out, or or Captain America, hey, now that Captain America Brave New World came out, you can now play as Red Hawk. You get where I'm going with this. Like, here's
no, I get it.
Here we're gonna sell you the Red Hawk DLC to promote this movie. It just kind of feels, you know what I mean? It just kind of feels like that type of game is probably what we're gonna get with that, where you'll get the basic characters in the beginning, and then they'll start slow dripping and giving you characters DLC, stuff like that. But I am excited to check that one out. But yeah, that's pretty much the direct. Like I said, the last game was Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, which, I mean, okay, a me character game, whatever. Not my cup of tea. But yeah, I think the biggest news is that Nintendo Today app and the virtual game card situation. It wasn't really the games that were announced were the big news. I mean, there was some things in there, but that seems to be the big news was, new features to the Switch, which is, kind of whatever.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely still have less than a week, and we will get the big news from the Switch 2 Direct. Hopefully that's when we get huge announcements, is during the Switch 2. But that was it. That was our we got a little bit of appetizer, a little, less than a week before the big main course that we're going to get next week. I'm looking really forward to that. You got anything else to add before we shut this down?
Nope, nothing. I pretty much brought up what I wanted to talk about with the direct. Where can we find you, or how can people get a hold of you?
So email the show at mpxgametalk@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought of this direct, what you're excited about, what you're disappointed about. I know I'm disappointed about lack of release dates, lack of Prime 2 and 3 being dropped, didn't get dropped, stuff like that. I was really expecting that today, and it didn't happen. But yeah, you can get me there. How about you, Blaze? Where can you be found?
Well, you can find me on Dragon Blazer Productions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also find me on the X at Dragon Blazer Pro.
Okay, so that's going to be game over for now.
Press start to continue the next adventure.
Okay, I've been Rage.
And I'm Blaze.
And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you would like, and if you like this content, and hopefully you want to see more. So thank you for watching.
All right, good night.